I hear you running your mouth, talking about how you the best out, like I went south, like I ain't standing here with my chest out, poking my bubble vest out. Know how many years rappers been stressed out, trying to write the kind of rhymes that I left out of a song. You rap cowards are more on the day that Yahweh is gone. While I'm alive, y'all won't give me my flowers, cause I'm a thorn in your side. That's alright, I'ma keep poking. The beast woke in the middle of the night, sheets soaking with teeth broken. That's cause I took a bite out my dreams, hoping it never stops. I only see L's at 3 o'clock when I peek at my watch. Laugh at these lists that I ain't on, I should be at the top. And that's as clear as air, so I'm there if you see me or not. I remember not having gas inside the hoop, so I added the coupe, and the pickup got a panoramic roof. The chain dangles, A angle looking like a kaleidoscope shining. So the finest hoes is eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
I hear y'all running your mouth, speaking colored and stateless. I'm protected by ancients, black obsidian bracelets. Moorish music, my playlist. No need for Moroccan states. Moorish empire is what my estate is. Stand on my square, upside down 5-point star in a circle. My prophet universal, yours playing commercial. Lion claim a continent, an island called Turtle. Too many trust the patriarchs and abandon maternal. Blacks let alphabet groups steal their civil rights. Black sellouts take death oaths and sacrificial rites. White man is the devil. They never killed a cracker. Moors are all pheasant turbans. Y'all are all cappers. Hip-hop raised me. No man purse, still backpackers. Nationality, days order. No black banners. Y'all dissing Moors but support conscious peddles and scammers. Nico Ortiz and Chic, all MCs, no whack rappers.
Yo, they stay running their mouth, but I don't hear them though. Your style old, 365, bro, that's a year ago. You want the crown? You a bit too late. The kid go off the top like a slip toupee. While your album on the shelf, cause the shit too fake. You like Slim B and Charlie try to emulate the game wide open. Cause the competition's still stiff. I am legend, my shit slaps sorta like Will Smith. You love to hate, you're rigid as a fan. That's why we see deep down you're ambiguous as a man. Conspicuous with your plan, we witness it as it pan. Feathers up, time to stand as indigenous of the land. When this first drop, you probably won't be rapping as much. I don't need help, I hold my own like grabbing my nuts. And to the meme scholarship, I ain't feeling it much. Come to Peace Pipe TV to get your interview up. Let's go.
Yo, Grand Sheik, man, these fools is pissing me off. I already told you not to entertain these fools, man. What's wrong with you?
You know I got them.
Yeah, I know, but, you know, it's getting to a point where I'm ready. Yo, it's just some button cut shit I'm on, bro. Straight button cut.
In the scope.
Any violation, you already know what it is. I ain't even into no long talking, and I even have to bring the thing for them. But, yo, them fools, y'all have to know their self and know their place.
You guys are killing yourselves. Always looking for a way out. Only way out is your hard work. If you don't do it yourself, it's not gonna happen. You're not gonna sit there and fucking listen to sellouts that's gonna help you get to where you need to get to. These weave-wearing, fat, lazy people.
Tongue scimitar left the sheets. Dirty Moors are beneath. Replace the mother's head. Have a carry their wreath. Traders with cock eyes and coffee-stained teeth. Smoking a bogey. Wrote a book with Rami. Thought he's my homie. Now he's flying cartoon flags. Dancing like a drag queen. Whale face. When you look up what a fag mean. Camera L big face. Look up treason. Saying the Canaanland but not seeing at Temple 5 meetings. Using our address to disrespect is callous. See me and look down. Eye contact leaves him paralysis. Moors begging to light them up like Aurora Borealis. Instead of dropping rolls on them, drop a Moorish palace. Hulk smash to dust, blow away like blunt trash. Trader Moors so dirty, lips have a cunt rash. Claim they lead the station, saw the punks pass. Butler Moore's claim consul general flashing a badge. Made in China by a Taj Tariq Bey dick rider. Selling false promises to die by witch fire. burned at the stake under a heaping pile of mat deep. The smell would be disgusting, but make me happy. Don't drink enough water, watch how the lips chappy. Lying on Drew Ali, belly yellow like Aki. When Dirty Moors ambush, they spit on, but never slap me. Not even a punch. These online talking shit punks, using Zooms to sell a package. 35 racks, violate Zodiac and Divine. 35 straps, tied to a pole. 20 more for selling your soul. Use a fire hose when trolls spraying the trolls. Head kicked like a field goal. See me like a peephole. Keep you hard and partial so you never be whole. Online scholars nowadays play a unique role. Sell a package to the right more buried in a deep hole. Wrapped in plastic, call them Snickers. Using my name to upload titles, got them triggered. Zombified in their lives, out eyes, falling skippers. Abandoned Moorish ties to be spies for vicars. Ladies in the red dress call Hayes and Callaways. If they had obeyed, they wouldn't be dragged through the alleyways. I'm not cordial, thrown in a portal for immortals. Negro bystanders think it's paranormal, but it's formal. We don't argue or quarrel. Dirty Moore should get touched for acting clitoral. Stroked when provoked, sellouts wearing the yoke, tilling the lands on bare hands and knees for jokes, or calling the clan. Deliver a sellout to the grand wizard, or make them lick a frozen pole during a blizzard, or waist high in a fish tank. Piranha is Richard on my Clint Eastwood. I can't stand niggas. Don't wanna mirror Moors and act like slave pitchers. Watch for Dirty Moors, they move like snakes slither. Treason committed. Under torture, quick to admit it. Cleverness of the righteous surprises the wicked.
Sitting on the couch all day, just sitting here telling y'all what to do. And y'all just sitting here fat, watching them, paying for these dumbass packages. There's no sugar coating. That's what it is. That's what's happening.
Actually, lucky thing I don't have much more room to talk. I had enough to say too, you know. You guys ain't fucking with none of our leaders, bro. Not our Grand Sheik, anybody. And today Jamal got free up too. Rise of the Moors, you know what it is. We all over, worldwide, universal. Islam.
What up,
No status, what's up? See the stateless in you. Still a greedy ass seller, only thinking about the shelves. We need your help, teach us up, know what you love. Cuff us about, people are puzzling what the hell's up with you. No status, what's up? Stateless in you. Still a greedy ass seller, only thinking about the shelves. We need your help, teach us up, know what you love. Cuff us about, people are puzzling like the hell's up with you.
Elijah and Squad was taught my group. Many act like they never knew. Got you in the pot over burning bamboo, simmering the sellouts too. Black Twitter ripping TI, just a bunch of sellouts too. Chasing a fraud, or talking like God, but always running from truth, accepting the lies of rapper guys, repping LGBTQ. Wearing a purse, revenge of the nerd, is how black sellouts are. Keeping you whack, calling you black, another more two misnomers too. The reason we fall most of all, we trust all and love who. Using fire festival rules. They keep selling you out. Playlist full of these dudes, keeping you fools on Google where they hang out. Snapchat, black trap, Takashi shop and fat rap. The way sell out niggas flip, they must be acrobats. Finger under my nose like Mo, watching how low all these sellout niggas go. Calling the continent Turtle Island when the Moors know this is Morocco.
With no status, what's up? See the stateless in you. Still a greedy ass seller, only thinking about the shelves. We need your help, teach us up, know what you love. Cuff us about, people are puzzling what the hell's up with you. No status, what's up? See the stateless in you. Still a greedy ass seller, only thinking about the shelves. We need your help, teach us up, know what you love. Cuff us about, people are puzzling like the hell's up with you.
Stand straight up in the chest, speak from the gut with one's breath. Erect one's spine and helps align one's mind, not just puff chest. Some see success as an image, heart. Yeah, some are just gimmicks at heart. Mimics that start to change when closer to their aim. Similar, not the same, the lane most of us claiming off from. Meaning some common traits, fresh learning changes how things get done. We begun with self-inspection and procedure self-reflection in the direction of those in my immediate trusted section. Corrections mandatory, many lack peers of authority, reminding us of our story, how we are and we are to be most. You see, too many grasping dearly for imagery, when truthfully you see's only the iceberg tip of me. That's how it's supposed to be. Instead of these short vision investors spending to be shiny, praising haters and being grimy, and most of the time should be a memory of past poor conduct. Yes, I'm so stuck in that stage, excessive value for external praise.
Status, what's up? See the status in you. Still a greedy ass seller, only thinking about the shelves. We need your help, teach us up, know what you love, cuff us about. People are puzzling what the hell, suck with you. No status, what's up? See the status in you. Still a greedy ass seller, only thinking about the shelves. We need your help, teach us up, know what you love, cuff us about. People are puzzling me like the hell, suck with you.
Ominous overtones, picking over the bones, reciting Andromeda's poem, memory overload. The longer the thought, the shorter the memory hold. Was told by Bush, all about a Nova Order Seclorum. Remember the storm, how tender the form, losing your sense of decorum. Once again the pressure is on. Dimensions were formed at the end of this thorn, tempting fate with flesh, taking steps back and forth. Ethereal highways plagued by birds of prey, intrigue and scurrilous cunning find a way to be difficult. And just a few feet below there lies another road where evil grows, thought to be a pinnacle where schemers walk and players play with traitorous grins. The culprits lay in the midday sultry sunbones bleach away. That's okay, prophet knows where I'm at along the roadway. A few feet below is another road where schemers walk, where traitors grin and culprits bask in the sun. They think they are on the same road with true Moors, but the Moors are high above on a pinnacle where they might view the destructionists as they fall for the last time and their bones bleach in the sultry midday sun.
When a soul eater is summoned, someone conjured, be a master of a cult or be conquered. Demons all around you when lower self is active. Wisdom is the shield so souls won't be captives. Jabberwockies are dragons, not a group of dancers. Battle lower self with energy transfer enhances. Every foe has handlers, use protection candles. Trust intuitive visions in lions' dens like Daniel's. Drew Ali the mastermind, study his manual page to page. Keep scavengers in a state of rage. Throw them off course or press them in the full court. You can't stop scavengers making signs of the cross. Goblins want your soul too, for them it's soul food. Keep you in a low mood and make you pose nude. Shaking your hips and ass, being a harlot. Revelation beast bitch with face of mascara. Sons thinking they sexy, twerking and grinding. Innocence destroyed, getting molested by Biden. Or get set off course, mess with a siren. Do well under pressure, become a diamond.
Yo, Steve, turn the play that beat for me. To the hands, the hands, to the hands, to the hands, to the maestro.
Love slaps if you don't accept the hard truth. Peace punch, swallowing tooth. Civil rights groups are freedom using competence. Justice booth, disciple of Drew Ali, descendant of Ruth. Moabite, Canaanite, rare like pigs, eyes wide and bright when Moors claim my right inalienable. Reply favorable, using the Pope's hand to steal indigenous land paper balls. Inquisition, torture chamber survivor. Most fail because they major in things minor. Jacob ladder climber. Spiritual ascent between earth realm and divine presence. Fallen angels are challenges and obstacles. Make you perceive something wrong. Illusion opticals, confusing minds using propaganda, word magic. Out too soon, way too late. Inferred tragic. Standing on the squares, don't hide like masons. Peace reigns with men and all nations. Stop discrimination and racism. God's fell to man, to planet of escapism. Fentanyl grabber, got him emotion chasing. Through the shiesty mass, eyes caved in. Devices, addictions, AI Christians, pedo politicians, lost ancestral traditions.
Underdog, hard-headed, strong-minded, headstrong. On a righteous path, somewhere I went wrong. Magically and divine, they say I'm mad. Frustrated by the burdens passed down by my dad, and I've been trying to break the cycle. As a matter of survival, gets mistaken as deranged and homicidal. I've been trying to break the chain against the grain, shake the pain, make a lane for my people to make the change. Find a better way. Something's gotta give. I gotta live to see the presence of my grandkids. That's what a man is. Handle biz, the plan is enhance finances for punitive damages. Use the advantages due to the savages, what they did to us for years. Building nations off our backs through blood, sweat, and tears. A pair of blind eyes can see this brutality. History of our people makes me question humanity.
Is weak. Humanity is sleep. Humanity is in deep and will reap. Humanity has creeps, valleys and peaks. Havoc will reap, so make quantum leaps.
As I walk through Morocco or what you call United States, Moors be well studied, but it ignites hate. They call us misnomers from an uninvited place. They lack presidents like an undecided case. The revolution won't be televised, it's coming late. While y'all arguing, they busy running your estate. Treaty of Verona at the corporation's core. While the government fixation Rex 84. Let this truth catch fire like it's made of wood. Before the fiat leave your hand, it should pay the hood. But your man's get the plan like a beta would. The goal is land, my friend, and by the neighborhood. I see these old cats trying to advance. With the knowledge from the 90s, bro, you gotta enhance. Gatekeeping aboriginals, but really just an evil sheep. Your documentaries really keep the people sleep. Listen to the hook, cause the more it's dead on. Most of these conscious dudes just niggas with affairs on.
As I go within, I gotta win. I need it more than oxygen. I cultivate then elevate. Why conscious people love to hate? Go meditate, take control of your soul. Wouldn't it be great if we take back control? Do you remember? Past like progression of Reiki sessions, adjusting your crown. You're in the royal's presence, a session, the equinox, the ebb and flow of all power. Gain, overstanding, supreme wisdom, divine power. Too many chiefs, no Indians. Wanna be leaders, steady thieving, misleading, and segregating the people, making them choose a lesser of two evils. We need an upheaval, ancestral memory retrieval. I, self-law, and master. Yet we are bastards, divided in our own home. Where we go wrong, return to the God self if you're willing to know self. Past, present, and future, we're our own righteous teacher. Knowledge is fundamental. I hoard it, I'm sentimental. What echoes of ancient past through us, they feel our wrath. Connecting through lineage, DNA, paying homage. This truth is priceless. This moment is timeless. We're working our mojo with pump bravado. Eliminate them like John Wick, excommunicado.
Humanity is weak, humanity is sleep, humanity is in deep and will reap. Humanity has creeps, valleys and peaks, havoc will wreak, so make quantum leaps. Humanity is weak, humanity is sleep, humanity is in deep and will reap. Humanity has creeps, valleys and peaks, havoc will wreak, so make quantum leaps. Humanity is weak, humanity is sleep, humanity is in deep and will reap. Humanity has creeps, valleys and peaks, havoc will wreak, so make quantum leaps. I know what Dirty Moors, yeah. I know what Dirty Moors did to Drew Ali. I'm saying, I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did. I'm going at dirty rappers, lynching dirty Moors too. Hiding literature that Drew wrote to warn you. They claim to make you Muslim and make you sovereign. With paperwork and filing, the fiat they robbing. They don't care about his words, throw it out like garbage. Or throw it at you when you're active, not passive. When they want to talk about like off a trampoline mattress, treat them like a vamp or a teen actress. Get stabbed with the brand like a mean savage. This Inquisition divine, all others average. Millennium Renaissance, heroes in our classes. Fed up with the czar controlling fascists. Ask if they heard about Moors, they say no. But Masons, they obviously know. Down the handshakes and rituals with skull and bones. They even know about owls burning in Bohemian Grove. I know what dirty Moors did to Drew Ali. I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did to Drew Ali. I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did to Drew Ali. I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did to Drew Ali. I know what dirty Moors did. Dirty Moors killed Drew. I read the FBI papers on loyal Moors, emergency fund rapers, Moorish literature and divine bylaw changes. Might as well say Drew Ali was born in a manger. Prophet puts poison aside and his food smelled danger. Got me treating every Moor like a stranger. Grand Sheik Punkin stumbling drunk in the feds. What was proclaimed for every meeting was not read. Some Moors are so active, Prophet can't be dead. Thanks Moorish teachers away, I can't be led. Actions speak, then I consider what's said. And what's said was study, then study yourself. Honest to the Prophet over Drew Ali. I know what dirty Moors did to Drew Ali. Everybody wants to be just like Drew Ali, but nobody wants to care about Drew Ali. I know what dirty Moors did to Drew Ali. I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did to Drew Ali. I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did to Drew Ali. I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did to Drew Ali. I know what dirty Moors did.
Honors to all the Moors worldwide. Honors to Noble Drew Ali. Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Supreme honors to Noble Drew Ali. Because we know he brought everything that it takes to save a nation. And told us take it and save ourselves with it. So, from the time of us getting into this, the kickoff point of this being a reality was 2008. Seeing it real time. Knowing that the words he spoke, that he brought us everything to save a nation, is real. Because we're able to see it with our own eyes, seeing it at work. For the first time ever, seeing it at work. And over the years, we realize that we also see it in other people who came into this through us. So through us getting it and then having our own energy as Canaanland Moors and putting that energy out there, Moors gravitated to this and they saved themselves and their families. That saved themselves and their families right now. So maybe probably last week, we were talking about the AMPAC people and them always talking crazy about Moorish American, to the point of putting Moorish American below Negro, black, and colored. So in their little video, call them out about being cowards, and they better send an email if they want to debate something. Left the email and all that. Right. Now, mind you, keep in mind, right? Keep in mind, all this is orchestrated. Right? This is orchestrated because we get people saying that they have a MATD, and oh yeah, they used paperwork from consulate and they used whoever's stuff, right? And it worked for them and all that. It worked for them. That's fine. That still doesn't mean that you're not a sellout and a traitor, because the stuff that they have or they gave you worked for you. So being a jerk, right? Being a jerk and knowing that certain people out here are going to play games because they want to prove themselves more credible than Noble Drew Ali. They have everything that it takes to save a nation, not what Noble Drew Ali brought in the 1920s. So through the bait, and then they sent the email that they want to do a debate, and they have rules and all this of some debate. Now, one of the things that we learn early is that you only debate with your equals. If they're not your equals, then it's not a debate. It's a class so that others could learn. So it's going to be for you to learn, for you to get your mind right so you can see. Because again, remember the timeline of 2008. These people weren't around in 2008. Moorish consulate, whatever, no consulate, I don't care what it was called, that wasn't around in 2008. No ISAF law master package selling, no Indians, no black Indians, no, none of them. 08. Those people were mute. So since they weren't around during the foundation of our existence, they're not considered credible. They already lost their credibility because you weren't around in 08. AMPAC. And again, this is just to show you the levels that people are going to go to be against Noble Drew Ali and to try to get you away from Noble Drew Ali so that you could think they're the man. When all honors goes to Noble Drew Ali. All honors. Right? You know, all honors. Wait, let me get this more in here. Islam more.
Islam. Peace and love, man. Seek peace and love.
I don't know if you have anything before we go into some of the stuff that they have here.
Let's go. Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. So before we can even debate some people, they're sending debate agreements and all that. Now, I don't know. See right here, Kudro LL. Kudro LL, I don't know who that is. Canaanland Mars and all that. I don't know who the hell that is. So either they're playing around or they're dumb. Either they're playing games or they're dumb. And remember, these are supposed to be the Moroccan head of state, whoever's with Sultan and all that stuff. They can't even spell Canaanland right. And then they're making up agreements as if they have some type of authority or something like that. When they just came yesterday. Right, topic, public law versus private law. Which better serves justice for the Moors' true nationality? This is not some private, this is AMPAC versus Noble Drew Ali. This is not a Kudro LL thing of Canaanland Moors. This is these frauds against Noble Drew Ali. Because Noble Drew Ali is the template. Which is why we're here right now still. Haven't switched our name, haven't called ourselves something different, haven't changed or whatever we're doing the same stuff. Because until you get this, there ain't nothing else for you to get. But you want to play like you have the better service for the Moors' true nationality. Now, Drew Ali told the Moors that he's working for them in public and private. So if I'm saying I'm Moorish American, then it's both realms. Because I'm with Noble Drew Ali, who's working public and private for Moors. There's no separation when it comes to Moors. There's only separation when you're dealing with the people outside of the Moorish info that are claiming commercial and common law games, playing constitutional international law games. Drew Ali was working in public and private and international at the same time. The debate is intended to make clear distinctions between the terms Moroccan and Moorish American. The friendly debate will attempt to settle the question whether Moors are identified as Moroccans or Moorish Americans in history and treaties. No, there's no Moorish Americans are descendants of Moroccans. Doesn't that mean that we're Moroccans? We're Moroccans too, right? Also, we're Mohammedans too, right? Also, we're ancient Egyptians. And also, we're Israelites. And also, we're Amalekites. And we're also what? Why is there separation if we're dealing with the same people? If everybody knows who we are, and when we say who we are, they acknowledge that they know who we are. As far as Moorish Americans, any Moorish American, you go find one, ask anybody in this chat right here. Whenever they met somebody that was from Morocco or Tunis or Algiers or Tripoli or Libya or wherever in North Africa that these people are claiming that they're from. When they had conversations with them and they told them that they were Moorish American and that America's Morocco and all that stuff, they went with them on that. Yes, I know that. I know what you're talking about. Yes, you're right. They didn't start telling us that we're not Moorish American, we're Moroccan and all that stuff. You can't call because America's Morocco, you have to call yourself Moroccan. They didn't say that. Why not? Because we're Moorish American. We're descendants of Moroccans born in America. But we're Moorish Americans. And again, if you're going to say that we're not Moorish Americans, we're something else, then you're directly going against Noble Drew Ali. If you can't make that connection of us being Moors in America, but we're not Moroccans. We're Moors in America. Moors in America. There's a lot more. I don't know if you have anything to add in right now.
No, I'm just kind of moved here in the chat, watching and stuff. I'm just listening. Like you said, it's not a debate; it's a class. So it is what it is.
It's love.
The fact that the prophet not up front, foremost, and the most important above all, that says enough right there. And I guarantee you could watch 1,000 videos from that other side, and that's he is very, very, very rarely, if ever, mentioned, talked about the lessons he brought or anything. So that in itself is enough.
Islam.
And that's what I was gonna say too. I thought they was gonna be on here or whatever, but where does power derive from? Or this authority, where it come from? Who passed it on to this body? Who gave it? It's another reincarnated, or what?
Yeah. And the power comes from themselves, thinking that they can do better than the prophet.
And make decisions for a nation, create your own flag, and come up with your own fake constitution. That's the same thing they did.
Yeah. So
how is it any different from what they do? What they did or what they doing?
Right. And again, it goes back to that thing that it's being that we've been Noble Drew Ali from the start, we see all the frauds. Right? We see all the frauds come in, chill for 2 years, make their finance disappear. Come in with a new name, new accent, new whatever, steal your finance, disappear. Come with a new name again, saying that they got something new, now they're selling stuff to you or whatever like that. Oh, and people keep falling for it constantly. Now they make reference to definition of terms. I'm not sure what this has to do with a debate agreement that you're putting definitions in there, right? But they have this interesting thing among other references, right? Among other references, is what they're saying. And then as you go through these, you see, that there's definitions. You could check to see that there's, actual definitions here. And then it gets to this part about Empire of Morocco, public law, But Moorish American 101 questionnaire, private law. When 101 questionnaire is available for anybody who wants to read. How's that private? That stuff is there for everybody to read. Now, there's no denial that the title given to the name of the ruler in Morocco is Sultan. We know we're descendants of the ancient Moabites. We know that we are descendants of Moroccans born in America. This is some totally different Moroccans. Because the Moroccan Empire extends from over there to over here. Then all those people are Moroccans. If we're going with that perspective, then it would mean that don't talk about Egyptians and Libyans and all that. Say Moroccans for everybody. Don't talk about Atlanteans. Say Moroccans. Well, you don't do that with them. They could be Atlanteans from the Empire of Morocco, but Moorish Americans can't. Has to be what they state to fit in with their narrative. Again, going back to their other references, because their definition for Empire of Morocco, which they say in public law, they're bringing up see Empire of Morocco Constitution. Empire of Morocco Constitution. Well, if Noble Drew Ali said Moroccan Empire, 1920s, and then they're talking about Constitution for the Empire of Morocco, drafted 2024, somebody's lying. And it's probably not the individual who said, you remember, 1920s, Noble Drew Ali was talking about the Moroccan Empire. Was he calling himself Sultan and all that? No, he wasn't. Was anybody in the leadership of the Moorish Science Temple of America, Moorish Divine National Movement, Moorish Holy Temple of Science, calling themselves Sultan? No. Where's Sultan coming? After, with the sellouts and the traders, that they're putting Sultan on their fez and all that. And trying to be some Sultan of all the Moors. No, you're not. Now they're saying they're Sultan of their little crew over there, then that's a whole different thing. They're saying it's for the Empire of Morocco. This guy who just came yesterday, he's the Sultan for all the Moors. Now, none of these Moors had say in whoever this individual is being the Sultan for all the Moors. But Noble Drew Ali tells you about Moroccan Empire in the 1920s. He's heir to the vast estate. Went to Pan American Conference and all that stuff, and you're not going to call him the Sultan? But the guy who just came yesterday, right? Getting somebody's sloppy seconds and all that stuff, talking about emperor and empress of some Moroccan empire. People are a fraud. And it's not that they're quiet in their fraud, right? They're braggadocious and boisterous in their fraud. Right.
Like you just mentioned, Cujo, the prophet went to the Pan-African, the Pan-American conference and stuff. Man, you remember I told you these damn fools couldn't even get on a plane to go to Kansas or wherever they was going. Not only that, You just mentioned the prophet at the conference. What if that? What is AMPAC? I don't even want to say the name. Done for the Moorish nation. What? To call yourself Sultan.
Absolute fraud. Like absolute. Right. And again, this thing of not honoring Noble Drew Ali, not honoring Drew Ali, but wanna use Drew Ali's stuff for their fraud. Right. So Drew Ali told the Moors, love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Right. So Drew Ali told the Moors. Right. And then now they're gonna have their fake stuff going on. Have the 5-point star with the red background. They're gonna add their little swiggle diggle to it. And now they're talking about truth, love, peace, freedom, and justice. But taking everything from Noble Drew Ali. They're gonna take everything from Noble Drew Ali, and then they're gonna have empire, constitution, and not even mention the prophet, and they stole everything from Noble Drew Ali. Everything they got, they stole from Noble Drew Ali. The feathers that they have on, the L's and B's that they call themselves, 5-point star, concepts, everything. And to not give him his honors after you steal everything from him is absolutely treason. Treason on multiple levels. Now, another thing too is that some Moors had some stuff for them. The Moors had some stuff for them. Just for the Moors' sake. Because maybe they don't know. Initially, I was going to read all of the documents and do a complete breakdown of your folly, J-Bay AMPAC. However, I decided, i.e. my soul dictated, that I go straight to simple sources brought back and documented by Prophet Noble Drew Ali, peace be upon him. A full shredding of your documents is forthcoming. Promise only because your type is why we find our progress stagnated and denied by our own. Right? Again, this is the mindset of the Moors who look at Noble Drew Ali as the foundation. Source 1, Quran questions from Moorish Americans. Already destroys your position. However, pressing on. What is his nationality? Moorish American. Original American. Original Amorican. Amir, Mur, Mor, etc., etc., etc. What is your nationality? Moorish American. Original American. Original Amorican. Amir, Mur, Mor, Mr, etc. Why are we Moorish Americans? Because we are descendants of Moroccans and born in America. Moabites of Northwest Amexem. Now again, this is Noble Drew Ali making reference to us Moabites. This is his literature. Moroccan Empire, Moorish, Mohammedan, and connecting it all to us. Not separating anything. Connecting it all. So we can see ourselves everywhere. Remember, it's about changing the mindset. Our mindset's been wrong for the whole time. Source 2, oral statements of Noble Drew Ali. I'm going to lead some of you Moors all the way up to salvation, and you are going to turn around and go the other way. Specifically, what all these whoever's do, thinking that they're greater than Noble Drew Ali, that they're going to make up something, and then try to push that on without putting Noble Drew Ali at the head of their stuff that they made up. Why wouldn't they put Drew Ali at the head of their stuff that they made up if he said, put me in front? You don't think you should just put him up front? Even though you want to be the man? No, they don't think so. They're going to go the whole other way. Oral statement. The only thing that would surprise me is if a Moor would do right. So that means at Drew Ali's time, many were doing wrong. If it would surprise him if a Moor, just one more do something right, then it was crazy around Noble Drew Ali's times. A good Moorish leader must study his Quran and divine constitution and bylaws. Going back again. They're going to go create constitutions and all that stuff when you got a constitution right there. But the recreating the wheel is another sign of the reincarnateds, the ones who want the seat of power. If I cannot teach you here, I will teach you on the soul plane. Islam, more, if you have something that on, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, sound like brain damage to me. You can't make no mistake like that and try to recreate what's already been laid out for you. It's like follow the yellow brick road and you stepping all in the damn grass. What the hell you doing? Like, why? Why? Well, what's the point in trying to recreate something that's already laid out? All you got to do is follow the instructions, follow the prophet, and it leads you to your freedom. As I put it, that's the best way I can put it. Your salvation. That's what it is to me. I don't get what. That's why I got from around that crap, man. And that part right there, like, and the prophet ain't mentioned or nothing. Then this y'all trying to do? Hold on, wait a minute, wait. All this, it's already laid out. All we got to do is put A and B together. We get C. Where E and F and G come from? We ain't even there yet, man. What you doing? Like I said a long time ago, I don't never ever want to call nobody the police, but I kind of already had federal vibes from the giddy up. No joke. And the fact that this is taking place, it can't be nothing but because the shit is already laid out. I mean, I don't understand.
Yep, this is why this is done, so people could get it. And again, it's being in the right mindset, and the correct mindset is where Noble Drew Ali left you. That's where it's about being at. Because if you don't have that, you're already off. You're super lost if you don't have Drew Ali's teachings before anything else you claim you have. That's for your salvation. Source 3, the Holy Quran of the Moorish Holy Temple of Science. The fallen sons and daughters of the Asiatic nation of North America, not Morocco, you moron, need to learn to love self, vetted history, master teachers, etc., instead of hate, and to know their higher self and lower self. This is the uniting of the Holy Quran, not Quran, of Mecca for teaching and instructing all Moorish Americans, etc. And again, that reference point to our nationality, Moorish American, and that it's always high level. It's always high level conversations when somebody from some other part of the Moorish Empire meets a Moorish American who knows they're a Moorish American. Right? Knows they're a Moorish American. Even to the point, Brother Tariq, when we were at the restaurant.
Hey, you took the words out of my mouth. You took the words out of my mouth. I was going to say the drunkard. Remember, Cujo? He walked up to us and shit.
Right.
Surprised us out of nowhere. We just going to grub. We just came out of nowhere. Oh yeah, y'all Moors. We sure are. You a Moor? Oh, I know.
Well, and then what about the other one? The other food spot?
Yeah, Mr. What is it? Mr. Sultan's brother. That's what I said, man. Well, people I'm trying to watch my tone. People don't want to smoke because I was thinking about that before I jumped on here. You was here. Shit. You was here for 4 days. When I think about it, you got here, you flew in, we did the tour at the library, so them 2 separate days for hours sitting there by ourselves. And then the day you left, that's 4 whole days. None of this was brought up. None of it was mentioned. No debate. We can face-to-face talk at the park. Y'all can meet us at the library. Already got the spot reserved, like always. So, and none of this was brought up. None of it.
All right, so that was the 3 days, and then everything that got put out between now and when they first came on the scene, and we started putting out on them that these people are frauds. Stop listening to these people.
That was the other thing. I'm gonna throw this out there too, because that's one of the that was one of the other main, besides the prophet, that was like the main one that pushed me away, talking shit about RV Bay.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I forgot about that shit. Yeah, that was it right there, man. That man, who are you? You wrote a book? Where's that?
Yeah.
So what now? What you changing? What you doing for the nation? Instead of trying to correct some shit that's already been proven to work, like the Moore just said in the chat. What, you gonna come in and change all the proclamations these people didn't, not to give them no credit or validity, but all these proclamations these people didn't, acknowledge this is more than this, that, and the other, and all the shit on congressional record, and you just gonna ignore that shit too? You gonna make your own? I don't remember you having no congressional hearing on nothing, or filing nothing on no congressional record, or doing shit else for the Moorish nation.
Mm-hmm.
So what makes you Sultan? Explain that. Oh, man. I yield, Cujo.
That's a lot more. Man, so to go to their territory, go to their AMPAC territory, because Moors there fed up with not having anything, having nothing. Having nothing, they had to send for Kudro to go there, because the people there that are claiming they're the Moorish, whatever, aren't doing anything for the people. right? Just causing confusion, not doing what they have to uplift fallen humanity. Right. They weren't bringing up all this then. How come? Why not? And again, with the idea of America, that's Morocco. America's Morocco. And we already know there were some people calling themselves Morocco. But they weren't talking about the Moroccan Empire. And they just came yesterday. So obviously they're not the authority for Morocco. And remember, the transliteration, everybody knows America's Morocco. Everybody knows that. So it's not something that has to be said. It's only to the idiots above Mexico who don't know themselves. Just calling themselves fictitious labels. Right? Like we said before, only equals we debate. Only equals. That's it. Only equals. Everything else is classes, because people out here are lacking knowledge of self and they need everything that they can get. That's why we put out so much music and put out so much books and literature and websites stuff and 4,000 videos and all that, because people need something. But what they've been getting ain't it. Right.
That's why when you came out here, man, I was like a kid at an amusement park, like on Friday when Money Mike walked away from Day Day, and Day Day was like, "Man, I like that brother. I like that." And that's what I felt like, man. I'm like, man, he here. Wait, we at, man, ain't nobody else here, man. Y'all tripping. I don't know what y'all doing.
Violent.
Yeah, it's a miniature ties right here, and I got him here to myself for 2 days and soak up some knowledge. Got to listen to a track being put down and all that shit, man, all kind of shit, man. I ain't tripping.
It was too much. It was too much. Where are we at right now? Hold on. Get this Morris thing back up again. Source 4, our authority, and said Moorish Holy Temple of Science adopted as its corporate name the following: Moorish Science Temple of America, not of Morocco. Moorish Science Temple of America, Amir, Amexum, America, Amexum. Maybe, no. Rika, Africa, America, Africa. No. When we say Morocco, we're talking about the empire. We're descendants of Moroccans. Moroccans are from Morocco. Morocco is not just a kingdom, it's also an empire. And so that there's no confusion Drawley brought you your own stuff. Your own. Remember, they were banning fezzes and stuff like that in certain places in 1920s. They were banning fezzes. People couldn't wear fezzes. The noble Drawley put that on the head of Moors and inspired nations because they're seeing the activity of the Moorish Americans. The ones who found out that they're not Negro black colored and got out of slavery. The ones that the world is waiting for, but want to keep playing somebody else is the man except Noble Drew Ali games. Somebody else is the man. Now they also brought up the expatriation, and we want to also make note. Where is it at? Because the Moors were talking about this too, as we're. So they brought out the expatriation, 1906, where it states that citizenship in Morocco may be said to be governed by the laws pertaining to the same in other countries, with the exception that all persons residing in Morocco who cannot prove foreign citizenship or protection are considered ipso jure as Moorish subjects. 2 and 3. Moorish subjects lost their nationality only by becoming naturalized in or protected by another country having treaty relations with the Moorish Empire. It was established by the Convention of Madrid, concluded July 3rd, 1880, as follows. Any subject of Morocco who has been naturalized in a foreign country and who shall return to Morocco shall, after having remained for a length of time to equal to that which shall have been regularly necessary for them to obtain such naturalization, choose between entire submission to the laws of the empire and the obligation to quit Morocco, unless it shall be proved that his naturalization in a foreign country was obtained with the consent of the government of Morocco. They want you to think that that's them. When it says government of Morocco right there, they want you to think that what this international document is talking about is these people who came in 2024. This is what they're going. This is the incompetence that they're going on. Your incompetence. And that those who are claiming Moorish are subjects. That's not what that's saying. That's saying that anybody who's a foreigner that's in the Moorish jurisdiction is a Moorish subject, not the Moors, not the Moorish Americans, because we say Moorish, that means we're a subject. That's not what that's saying. They're a liar. But they know that people don't think because they don't have Noble Drew Ali, and Drew Ali told them think and save themselves. If they don't have Noble Drew Ali, then they're not going to think to save themselves, which is, again, what these people are relying on. Now, you're not thinking for yourself. Because if you thought, you would know that you can't be naturalized. You're indigenous to the land. How could you be naturalized to be a Moorish subject? The subjects are the foreigners that are in Moorish jurisdictions. And the Moorish jurisdiction is the Moroccan Empire, especially when foreigners are in America. And the constitution of the Moroccan Empire isn't that stuff that some people brought in 2024, claiming to be the Moroccan Empire and claiming that they're a sultan. They're a fraud. It is apparent that they're a fraud. Because you can't claim to be, if Drew Ali said in the 1920s that the dominion and inhabitation of these Moors is from Al-Kebalan, what people call Africa, across Atlantis onto the present North, South, Central America, and Atlantis Islands. That's the whole jurisdiction of the Moorish Empire. And that was 1920s. You're not talking about Moorish subjects. You're talking about indigenous people. And if they're indigenous, they can't be a subject. Only way they become a subject is if they give up their nationality by becoming naturalized by another country. So you give up the nationality for the other country, for the foreign, then a Moor could be a subject. But in their own land, a Moor is not a subject. And there's no jurisdiction that any of these modern Europeans have over Moors in their own land. And again, they're going to talk BS about RV Bay and all that stuff. But it's from the Treaty of Peace and Friendship book where they even got that reference point of the Moorish subjects. Because that information wasn't out. People weren't talking about that. Stuff only started getting talked about because Moors started studying and doing research and putting out what they found, doing their research. That's how stuff got out.
Somebody just said in the chat, I wonder how old the flag at AMPAC is.
Just as old as the Constitution.
Yeah.
Just as old as the Constitution, probably.
About 2 weeks.
Right. Yeah. What was this other thing again? International Conference of Algeciras. Again, dealing with over there. And then keep in mind, this is a general act. Right? But again, when you have Moors that study, right? I'll give you reference points. The crescent obscured the United States and the Muslim world. What's that? Page 5. After the Betsy's capture, John Adams went to France's foreign minister, the Comte Vergennes, for advice. Vergennes advised Adams that Emperor Male Mohammed, whom he called the greediest and most interested man in the world, was piqued at the American failure to send him presents. Vergennes told the Americans of this, but refused to offer any more advice. He suggested they consult the Marquis de Castries, France's Minister of Marine, for more information. When John Adams asked if France had renewed its 1684 treaty with Algiers, Vergennes smiled, amused that Adams knew this, but he would not answer Adams' question. It was not in France's interest to help the Americans to the Mediterranean trade, and Vergennes, Adams, and Jefferson all knew this. Vergennes told Adams to direct his questions to Castries, who Adams knew would reveal even less than Vergennes. See the infighting going on between just them and their stuff? Just them and their own. Worry about Moors. It was in England's interest to hunt American commerce, but it was not in France's interest to help the United States. It was, however, in Spain's interest to do the Americans and the Moroccans a favor. Spain had become convinced that the United States was likely to endure. The Spanish foreign minister, Floridablanca, thought the United States could be a valuable ally against the British in North America. Spain was preparing an expedition against Algiers, and Floridablanca wanted Morocco as an ally in North Africa. So Spain interceded in Morocco, and in March 1785, Male Mohammed returned the Betsy, and the U.S. promised to send a negotiator. Congress appropriated $80,000 for negotiations with the four Barbary states: Morocco, Algiers, Tunis, and Tripoli. Remember this idea that all these places are known as Morocco. So they're talking about their Barbary states. And then San Francisco is Barbary states. It's known that Morocco is a broad jurisdiction. And now when you hear them now in literature and they start talking about American and they're showing you United States stuff, that's a fraud. The United States is United States. That's not American. United States is one thing. American, those things aren't connected. But they want to connect it. The point is to connect it so that they can have jurisdiction. But they're not supposed to have jurisdiction if they're United States. Fushi found a little cash, no weapons, and some documents in Hebrew, along with their English traveling papers. Though this did not look like the stuff which to launch an invasion, Fushi was not satisfied with the stranger's story. They said the Hebrew documents were to admit them to a temple. Since Fauci could not read Hebrew, he could not vouch for that. Their story that they were travelers from England did not correspond with the English documents they carried, which suggested the three were from Morocco. The strangers explained to Fushi that since they could not read English, they could not vouch for what the papers in that language said. Fushi's interrogation of the three was less satisfactory. He was not satisfied with either their looks or their story, but he can prove nothing. Fauci sent them to Norfolk, and Henry gave orders to send them back to their native land, wherever that was. The three were disappointed not to be going to Philadelphia, where they thought they might have had a friendlier reception. Well, that's over here. Some of them thought they were from Morocco, send them back from wherever they came from. Well, what if they didn't come from anywhere? What if they're already here? And then just like try to connect them to the Negro stuff and try to connect them to the black stuff, they're trying to connect them to some Morocco over there thing. So they can have the jurisdiction here. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. February 1786, an ambassador from Tripoli, Abdurrahman, arrived in London. He had 3 meetings with Adams, who thought from the man, if Abdurrahman really was a disinterested as he pretended to be, then Providence seems to have opened to us an opportunity of conducting this thorny business to a happy conclusion. Adams told Jefferson to come to London at once. Nothing they could do was as important as establishing peace with the Barbary states. Though Adams feared that Tripoli would demand more than the American would pay, he was ready to go to Holland to borrow more. He did not want to waste his opportunity to prevent a universal and horrible war with those Barbary states, which will continue for many years. He told Jefferson that he must persuade Congress to act. Adams himself was so impressed and distressed that he personally would go to New York and Algiers to resolve the problem. Though Jefferson expected nothing from negotiating with Abdurrahman, he arrived in London in early March, but they accomplished nothing with Abdurrahman. Peace with Tripoli would cost 30,000 guineas, which meant Tunis would demand the same, Morocco 60,000, and Algiers, the strongest of the Barbary states, 120,000. Jefferson returned to Paris more committed than ever to a blockade and military action, but still the United States had no more resources to launch an attack than it had to pay expensive tribute. In America, George Washington recognized that the federal government in 1786 had no power either to pay tribute or to make credible threats, and he did not foresee this situation changing unless the Americans created a stronger central government with the power to tax. And then that's how you get tax forever. And they keep us in war times at all times. Now, keep in mind, all this conversation that we're having, right? All this dialogue is between Barbary states that were kidnapping Europeans, and Europeans don't know what to do, so they're going all over talking to whoever, trying to do deals, having peace treaty relations with all these different nations to try to. And remember, all their stuff is happening from over here, right? You're talking 1600s, 1700s, and all that. They're already over here, setting up shop. Right? We're almost in hiding. Escaping. And again, this is the crescent obscured. The United States and the Muslim world. Study, study, study. Islam, Brother Amir. Or Brother Tariq.
Islam, Cujo. No, I was just sitting here thinking, man, on the side note, I'm waiting on 2 books to be dropped off from Amazon. I meant to give Kush a shout out. I think he might have left the chat already, but I like I was gonna tell him go back to where he in the house with all the books. So he seems I need more books, man. I need more study. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind his lives on the street corner, in the barber shop, or whatever. I don't mind him at all, but I much prefer the other one, so I can get some more. I need more books. But I was just finna say, man, I was just sitting here thinking about it, because I was twiddling my thumb. I said, man, this debate, this discussion, anything like this in regards to an AMPAC or anybody associated with, this discussion is over with, man. Remember, Kudo, we was out here. That second more we met with his brother, he didn't even fuck with you, and he was your brother.
Yeah.
He told us that. Shit. I think he might have thought, oh man, these might be some righteous Moors if they ain't over here with him. As soon as we said we wasn't over there with him, he was like, yeah, I don't mess with them either. Wow. Yeah. Imagine that. I said, man, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one right there, too. I was just thinking about it. As soon as you popped it up, I was like, yeah, I got that one.
Yeah.
Like you just said, study, study, study. That's all it requires. You got to be no big shot. You ain't got to be head honcho, whatever more. You the top more in the nation, man. Come on, man. You ain't.
Yeah, they want to be one more. They want to be head honcho.
Bad too, but what you want to be head of is some straight bullshit.
Yeah.
You didn't change some shit up and created some shit, and you did. Now that's just what it is, because you say so. Who voted? Who said? Who anointed you? Who came and crowned you? The fucking Supreme Moor.
Just their little crew. Just their little crew. That's it.
And it's a small group. I heard people didn't fell off and don't know, man. Like 2, 3, 4, 5 people, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Sitting in there talking to a camera. Make it look good for YouTube, I guess.
They wanted something. And then they had their little they had their little Zoom link they were gonna use, and moderators is only them, only their people, and all types of madness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like how are you setting up the moderators?
Anything to moderate for what? We talking and saying, no, I don't need none of that. Yeah,
none of that. None of that.
Again, I'm here. And like I said, I was thinking about that even when we was at the library. I told you, even the couple that came in there and all that, dude said he had a truck in whatever, so he was trying to find out a way to get around something probably that he had got into or had to deal with or something like that. That was it. Ain't heard a mumbling word from none of them cats since.
For real.
Follow the prophet. It's the only way. I don't see no other way.
That's the only way.
That's the only way. There ain't no other way.
The prophet Noble Drew Ali. That's the only way.
Read R.V. Bay every day. As I've said from the very beginning, as it was put to me, R.V. Bay is a more science online university. Yes, it's a publishing company as well, but it's a more science university online. Go on there and stay on R.V. Bay for 2 years. I bet you won't come out trying to sell no packages.
Guaranteed you won't.
Guarantee you won't. Yep. Don't even think about it. Want to be the furthest thing away from your mind.
Yeah.
Or create your own banner, because that's not a flag, it's a banner. I was thinking about that. Even that banner is just like that Star Spangled Banner. If it's what y'all say it is, you ain't supposed to touch it. You ain't supposed to do nothing to it. It's supposed to be in the way it's created. That's the way it's supposed to stay. You got people out here with the blue stripe for the policy enforcers and the red stripe for the firefighters, and this one got marijuana leaves on it, and this one got donkey heads on it, and this one got fucking Trump face on it. You ain't supposed to do that to that.
Yeah.
You know, technically, if that's the way it is, see, y'all on some bullshit. Y'all ain't about that. Y'all ain't about that. Just say you ain't about that. You ain't about that life. You ain't about it, man. Just sit there, sit in the back. We got it. Sit in the back. We got it. But leave us alone while you sitting in the back.
Yeah.
Simple, man.
More said they got that AMPAC. Don't smoke their weed, yo.
Yeah, that's that the AMPAC spray pack. Stay away.
That's that Gorilla Glue or something.
Yeah, no, none of that. None of that.
That's that stuff in the spoon.
Hell no. Like you said in that video the other day. Like, yeah, that's why they like that. Richard Pryor and that what's his name when they went on that show and was zooted out this world.
The show that what?
You remember the other day that post you sent me with Richard Pryor and the other dude on the
Yeah.
But they walked on the stage talking. Sky high. Islam, brother Bay 4 times. That's why it sound like some COVID shit, because that shit was created, quote unquote, in that time frame. That's why I said it sound like brain damage to me.
Yeah.
Maybe they got COVID and just never got treated. Or maybe they got treated and that's the issue. I don't know.
They got it and didn't get treated, or they got treated. Either way.
Either way.
Yeah, they got that AMPAC. Honors to all the Moors worldwide. Give thanks, brother Tariq. You already know these ones don't go long. You know? We already have our position.
Like you say, they don't go long for what reason? You got to be equally yoked, so to speak.
Yeah.
And if you ain't, it will be vividly displayed that you're not evenly yoked. So just stay doing what you're doing, and you see ain't no traction, ain't nothing happening. Just keep doing what you're doing. Just keep doing what you're doing. Stay over there with it though. Other than that, peace and love, Moors. Peace and love. All Moors in the chat. All Moors worldwide. Illustrious honors to our prophet Noble Drew Ali. Cujo for providing the platform and allowing me on to grace with my presence on here. Appreciate it.
Before we go, I forgot something too. Forgot something else. Going back again to our reference point. The crescent obscured. United States and the Muslim world. Adams had already chosen Richard O'Brien to be consul general at Algiers. O'Brien, a prisoner in Algiers for 10 years, had been de facto American consul in Algiers during his captivity, acting as spokesman for the other American captives and advising the string of actual agents and consuls the United States sent to negotiate with the Dey. Right, with the Dey. He corresponded with Adams, Jefferson, John Jay, and the U.S. Congress, and they all came to rely more on O'Brien for advice on Barbary affairs than they did on the formal agents they sent to negotiate. After his release in 1796, O'Brien opened negotiations with both Tripoli and Tunis. In the United States in 1797, he oversaw the construction of 3 cruisers commissioned by De Hassan. The State Department asked for O'Brien's views on Barbary affairs in the spring of 1797, and O'Brien wrote 2 long reports covering the whole range of American policy and interests in the Mediterranean. O'Brien wrote 2 long reports covering the whole range of American policy and interests in the Mediterranean. Now, keep in mind, we read all that just to go back to show you that the Consul General at Algiers has been a de facto American consul. So as soon as they start talking about that, know that that's de facto. Because the real authority is the Moorish Americans. Just like people want to say that their chief judge, then they're going to claim that their chief judge, when you check chief judge, it's a judge of a bankruptcy court. And generally, it's just a presiding judge, but these people don't have a court. So how they claiming judge and they don't have a court and all that. Unless they're playing you, which is always what it comes down to. Some inferior claiming to have some type of superior authority. Right? Some inferior claiming superior authority. Don't let them play you anymore. It's Noble Drew Ali, or you're going to set yourself up. Guaranteed you're going to set yourself up. Supreme honors to Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Honors to all Moors worldwide. Give thanks again, Brother Tariq. Honors to all the Moors in the chat.
Islam, Grand Seeking Islam.
Honors to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Islam to all Moors worldwide. Love and peace.